Colors are the most essential things in the world. They're always going to exist and have an effect on people. They're the soul of marketing and also free expression. Different colors make us see and feel different things. In fact, colors are so powerful, they can change the way we think and perceive different things. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how the world is controlled by colors, how companies and people use colors to attract you to themselves and get you paying them with your time and money, and how you can use this knowledge to benefit you, and maybe even manipulate people. And at the end of the video, I'm going to be showing you a productivity tip that I used to triple my progress. All of the most successful people in self-improvement have used this trick to skyrocket their productivity. But first, we gotta understand what makes colors, especially bright ones, so appealing. It's proven that colors produce dopamine in our brains, which is the chemical that makes us happy. The science isn't super clear on why, but it's most likely because bright colors remind us of light and sunlight/nature, which also makes us happy. Because of this, colors have been utilized everywhere. It's super rare to see a brand or something marketable/sellable not have its own branded color. A perfect example is Facebook. MK Zuckerberg chose blue to be the brand color of Facebook because the color itself is a color that induces a feeling of safety, calm, and serenity. This is why the beaches/lakes are the most calming areas for people, because they're out in nature and looking at the beautiful blue water. Another example is Netflix. Netflix elegantly introduces its name and logo the moment we enter the app. The color is red, which is a color that provokes attractiveness. Also, pro tip, red invokes the strongest reaction out of all colors, especially the feeling of high energy, desire, and dominance. So if you're out on a date, doing sports, or you want to make an attractive and dominant first impression, wear hints of the color red on your outfit, whether it be a watch, shoes, undershirt, accessories or jewelry, anything. Trust me, I've tried it, it works. The color green invokes peace, maturity, and relaxation. It's synonymous with mental, physical, and spiritual wealth. It's also proven to make us more energized, motivated, and active throughout the day. What I do is I go out in my garden first thing in the morning to see the beautiful green grass in the sunlight. Then when I'm back inside, I'll change my keyboard color to green. This way I'm active and I'm ready to start the day productively. It's also said to positively affect relationships and physical health. So maybe this means I can last long. Color yellow invokes happiness, joy, and optimism. Also, yellow improves concentration, and the more we surround ourselves with the color yellow, the more serotonin we release, making us happier. So we discussed the main colors, their effects, and how to use them. Now I'm going to show you some really interesting real-life examples of colors being utilized masterfully, in such a way that just because of the colors used, it attracts and invests us in the subject even more. As we'll see, colors can massively change the way we think and perceive things, and what we spend. The footage you're seeing here is from a song called The Memories We Lost in Translation, off of Kudeka's album, I Didn't Mean to Haunt You. The album is special, not because of its 10 out of 10 production or its amazing lore and themes of inexistence, grief, and folklore, but because of the way it's presented to us. The album itself is very mono-like, very bland, cold, and dark colors. There isn't much color throughout the album except for The Memories We Lost in Translation. After this interesting introduction, we get a visual of a telescope-esque VHS video showing us memories of Kudeka's past, accompanied with the most beautiful instrumental riff I've ever heard. Aside from this, the entire album uses dark and very low-tone colors, like navy, shades of dark green and olive, shades of gray, black, and white, to get the tone of sadness, dread, and grief, making for an even better experience. The way color presented this album and its visuals made it so popular, just like the popular video game Overwatch. Overwatch is a multiplayer shooter game with tons of characters to play as. This is what makes the game special, the abundance of different characters to choose from. But what's most important is the colors. Each character has their own color and color pattern, which makes the game feel more attractive, bright, and inclusive. Soldier 76 wears a blue and red patrol uniform. Lucio wears bright green armor and accessories, and D.Va, the most famous character, wears a hot pink mech and armor suit, so on and so forth. I believe the reason Overwatch has gained so much popularity is because of the way it's presented to people, each character being unique in their style, voice lines, and attributes. This makes the game feel more intimate and understanding. That being said, with a game like Fortnite, although there are tons of abundant colors, they're splayed out randomly and untastefully with skins, features, and accessories. While unmasterful, the game is still extremely successful because of the amount of dopamine our brains produce when seeing the colors and playing the game. Knowing this, consider the difference between the two games. Overwatch has very detailed color placement, while Fortnite just shoves the colors and VFX in our face. Yet, Fortnite is still more successful. This just goes to show that despite the best effort we may put into so perfectly optimizing the color in our products, the brightest, most dopamine-inducing product will always win. Speaking of the color pink, there's a phenomenon, most common in America, called the pink tax. Essentially, the pink tax is the increased prices for the female version of a product, while the male version is at a lower price, despite the product being the exact same thing. This has led to an uptick in women's annual shopping prices and expenditure. Street Sense said it best.
Paw Patrol helmet in blue costs $59.35. But a helmet that appears to be the exact same in pink costs $63.89. The pink tax refers to a trend where products marketed toward women and girls cost more than products marketed toward men and boys. Now, it is possible that some of these products have a legitimate reason for costing more. It could be that the materials or dyes in the products that are made for women cost more to manufacture. But according to Forbes, it's been proven that women pay way more every year for the same products. The best way to avoid it is to shop smart. Use your street sense. Check the ingredients and the volume on any product that you find that's for women and compare them to the rest. Find the best deal regardless of who the product is for. And don't let the marketing mess with your head. A razor's a razor, right?
If you're interested in learning more, I'll leave a link to Illuminati's documentary about it below. Overwatch and Fortnite get their addictiveness from its colors, and the fact that it's a video game, but why don't we talk about something that helps us? The Spanish or vanished bird himself, Duolingo. The first thing we obviously notice is that the Barra Homicida is green, which, if you recall, green was the color of peace, relaxation, and wealth. We also see in the Duolingo interface that colors are abundant. The logos, icons, props, and characters are all sparkling bright. Also, Duolingo has its own cast of characters as well, all with different clothes, colors, nationalities, and attributes, along with the monthly Duolingo events. Duolingo also has these awesome multicolored and multi-dimensional ads promoting their advanced subscriptions, Duolingo Plus, Super Duolingo, and Duolingo Max, which is also why the revenue has gradually skyrocketed from 2020 to 2022, making over $360 million just last year alone, all because of the amazing way they promoted their subscriptions, which, if you ask me, isn't even all that worth it for the money. But by the way it's marketed and the amount of people buying, it says otherwise. Not even to mention the intense memeing of Duolingo and its collaborations, even collabing with Crunchyroll and Roblox. Speaking of things that make us better, let's talk about books as well. Most books these days don't have such dopamine-inducing colors and covers. However, the first book I read was a psychology book called Surrounded by Idiots. It gave me a great insight into people and the way different people interact with each other. The book is presented very well. From the cover we see 4 people: red, blue, green, and yellow. The first thing we notice is the colors among the white backdrop, which is exactly what enticed me to first buy and read the book. Not because of its psychology, nah, my 13-year-old ass did not care about that shit at all, but because of the colors. The book talks about the DISC characterization system, which characterizes people into 4 types. Red, hot-headed, straightforward, and a leader. Green, relaxed, peacekeeping, and a team player. Yellow, passionate, enthusiastic, and outgoing. Blue, logical, introspective, and thoughtful. Through the way colors represented the book made it such a good book, and an international bestseller, which went on to have 5 sequel books. Another example of color being used in books is in my favorite book ever, New York Times bestseller, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, which, now that I think about, most likely wasn't done on purpose, but the color scheme of Can't Hurt Me is very mellow, warm, intimate, and inviting to look into David's life, which, wow, we really do. However, in his next book, Never Finished, the color scheme is very cold and refurbished looking, which, after finishing the book literally today, is very indicative on how it actually is. It's a very intriguing and equable look-see into the aftermath of David's life, post-fame and post-injury, which is a direct opposite of his first book. This creates a really interesting polarity between both books, bringing them together. Both books giving great advice and tactics on discipline and lifestyle. The last example I want to talk about is your phone. Yes, your phone. The entirety of the internet and social media. Every single corner of social media has bright and loud pictures and videos trying to grab your attention. Hell, even I'm guilty of doing this myself. You need to watch out for yourself. Your brain can and will get hooked on all the dopamine it receives from colors, and you'll turn into an NPC. But there's a trick I used when I was on my monk mode to triple my productivity. I used this simple trick to keep me focused whenever I was working hard and not get distracted. The trick is stupidly simple. It's just to turn your screen black and white, which are the least stimulating colors. On iPhone, go to Settings, Accessibility, Display and Text Size, then go to Color Filters and put on Grayscale. On Android, you need to press the power off button and get a hammer and go outside and smash your phone because it's 2023 and you're using an Android. What the hell is wrong with you?